Hey, uh, fear is still dominating because there are many people yet in basically in the belief or ignorance state. So the fear is still dominating, but overall that is still a problem, basically because the conception of reality is still basically measured, conceived by this system. Oh boy. So this video is about the evolution of situation in the point which what is in stake in this system is the secrecy and so what is in stake around this. So as I said in the last video, there is much going on, and so I also have not much to say, but anyways, there are things that we need to put with some careful, because there are things that are still being taken care, and it needs to have some sensibility and not put things in a way that can compromise what really matters. And so let's see. There are people still not sharing things that should, and there are people still doing basically the same shit, and that doesn't help. So again, everybody needs to understand what is in stake. It's what concerns to everybody, not individual. So be in mind when people talk about things in the way that everything is put in around the self. That is a big, big mistake, because what really matters is not about self, it's about everybody. That means that interest not doesn't start in the self, starts in the other. It's a consideration that respects human being, not the self, human being. You see, what we need is to defend the superior interests of human being. The self has to do with other things like power, freedom, taste, things like that. So, personal interest is a matter that has to do with freedom, those things, with the self. And so then you have the other part that has to do with everyone. That is the social interest. And that is above all. You see, it doesn't matter what people can think. That is the situation. So, if you don't get the picture yet, no problem. But the thing is, the concept, social contract, describes only what people need to understand. The truth, the real thing, whatever you may take this concept. Well, so, you see, this is not easy, but always life is always this way. Nothing happens if you don't do anything. You are the one. So, if you want, I don't know, something, drink water or something, you need to do something to drink. Maybe if you are in a bad hill or something like that, you maybe have to ask for water, something like that. Or you simply get up or whatever and go and pick water and drink. That's it. It's so simple as that. But there is something always we need to do. So, now, the thing is, what is the right thing to do? That is the thing. And so, this video, it's about a bit to remember people to be careful, but try to understand first, and then try to do whatever they can in order to, of course, give their contribute to what is the common interest of human being. So many things are happening. It's difficult to measure. It's difficult to talk about this, but there are things happening, and so one of those things is around the banking system, which of course, I've been saying what this must change, of course, and the change concerns to everybody again. So the thing is, what change? So of course, many things will change. Many things will change. But of course, in the way the system works, because it must be that way. People have no other way, another way of organizing, of course. And so one of those things is the secrecy. The action has to taking place under certain rules, certain ways to be done, so the enemy can't react, and so I was saying about this bank system. It seems to at 24 people won't be able to get money from banks. Well, there are situations where people can't do that already, but that is another situation. It's because many things are occurring, so it's not about a normal situation, and so no one knows exactly how to deal with things, so it's the turn of things. So things are being taken care, so there is a time, of course. So I don't know how many days. I think for a few days people won't be able to get money from bank, and doing internet transactions, and so everything is changing, and of course everything must change. Now again, the way things are doing has to do with the system, but bear in mind, everything must change, but for another way. completely different way that has nothing to do with this system. For instance, representative. Representative, again, is theater, is fraud, is the same shit. So, forget it. Once for all, forget it. That is shit. So, change is exactly to the opposite way. So, no one can claim the right to be represented. Cannot. If people have no consciousness about a situation, well, cannot be represented, because that is not possible, because if people have no conscience, have no right to do whatever they want, because they have no consciousness. And if they have consciousness, they cannot do that also, because what is in stake is a social duty, not the free will or whatever, not the self. It's not about self. Social interest is not about the self. You see, so it's simple. In the social interest is about everybody interests, not one person. So it's not about interest, it's not about power, will, you see? So it's about duty, social duty. So many things must be changed, and so that concerns to everybody. So there is only one way, only one. That is, of course, participation. Nothing more, nothing less. And of course, there is the individual, the self, the situation where there is a limit in everybody, of course, whether maybe about the consciousness matter, where people may don't understand something and so need to do their work. Maybe because people have no the right facilities, time, I don't know, each person has its own life. It's not that's the problem. So when people have a normal situation, need to do their own work in order to collaborate with the common interests. It's so simple as that. So everybody will be responsible. Everybody will be, of course, aware and with the duty and with the need to be always vigilant. What is, for instance, critical thinking? It's about that. You see? It's about that. has nothing to do with any doctrine, belief, nothing, nothing. It's about reality, it's about a matter of fact. That's it. So, whether the problem maybe we will be here to take care about this. Always. So, again, just to remind you, what is in stake here is the citizen condition. That is the relation with the law. And the only thing that is above the law is exactly the citizen nature, not individual, not the citizen as person. No, you see? It's the citizen nature. It's what is in stake. The duty, the worry, you see? So, what is in stake is everybody participation. It's simple. If you should know always about legitimacy, always work in this way. Those who are conscientiousness about some crime, everyone that is aware, that saw, that know something that is about a crime, have the duty to report. You see? If people don't do that and someone know about that, that person can be accused as accomplice. You see? So, if you don't want to be part of a crime, you need to point that. You see? The same with the law. If something is wrong, everybody needs to try to understand, and if someone sees something in the law that is not right, they should point that. It's all the same. So, you see, what is in stake? It's easy. And so, just to show you some example, the Bitcoin. People don't get it. It's what is in stake. Again, people thinking around the self, where everybody wants, of course, if they can earn some money without effort, or they think, okay, I'm spending my time, I'm spending my money in this, and so I should earn some money around this. You see, there is always some excuse to do what shouldn't. In this case, speculate. So, the Bitcoin is like product to be speculated. Everybody can join, buying, selling, like actions. You see, like in the stock market. So this is insane. That is not the way. Doesn't matter what kind of coin, doesn't matter. What matters is another thing. You see, for instance, the value, the right value, we need to defend the right value. We need to stop, not allow speculation. See, the problem with this is exactly that. It's how they manipulate things, it's speculating. You see? So, I said before, we need to use the right thing, that is the metals. Why? Because you shouldn't depend on technology. For instance, you should be able to use money everywhere and don't need to use that shit. Another thing, if there is some danger in that way, in the Bitcoin, it's the same. There is always something. But anyways, to put down the fear about questions like, okay, someone can fake money. Well, yeah, but that it's easy to solve. So, if that somehow, someday can happen, easily will be solved, and then very difficulty will be happening again. See, we are here to taking care of situations. It's easy, and one of those things is, for instance, put money, base it always on the local figure. See, every local can have a mark concerned to local. You see, so there will be not much interest on doing that. It's only an example. Anyways, so this message, I hope it's okay and pass well, because there is a war happening right now, and things are not exactly what you may see. Basically, in media, again, no, in media, nothing happens. In media, there is something only what the system wants. That is the opposite. Well, again, I hope you keep well until next one.